Hi there and welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. This is The Country Life. We have our grandkids here. So we have 3 little ones, ages 4, 2, and 4 months, something like that. So you're going to hear some noise in the background. If you are new, welcome. I'm happy to have you here. I just wanted to also take a second to welcome all of you who are new through my pickle video. There's been a number of new subscribers, new viewers coming from that video. So if that is one of you, welcome to you too. All right, if you've been around here before, you know that one of the things I like to do is film meals of the week style videos. This is where I pretty much show our supper meals for the week. Sometimes maybe a breakfast or lunch in there if we do something a little bit different or I just remember to pick up the camera. Let me show you what we're having here tonight for this Sunday night supper. I have 3 pounds of ground beef in here with 1 onion, and I browned it all, and then I used paper towels to soak up the grease. I now am going to add in, oh, did I tell you what we're doing tonight is we're making super nachos. So 1 can now of refried beans. This is gonna be hard to do one-handed. Okay, well, refried beans, and then 1 jar of salsa, 16 ounces. There we go, just had to get that started. I like to break up the refried beans so it can start warming. This really makes the meat go a long way. And actually, you know what? I should be tripling the other ingredients because I just looked at the original recipe again, and it actually starts with 1 pound of ground beef with the can of refried beans and a whole jar of salsa. I oftentimes just wing it because I'm usually just trying to make a lot of it. Yeah, anyway, it'll be good no matter how you do it. Whether you do triple the meat and all the other ingredients the same, or if you want it really saucy, then stick with the 1 pound of meat. I'll put the recipe in the description box below. I do not believe that this recipe is in my cookbooks. I don't believe it's in either one of them. Well, here we are. It is Monday night. We originally had planned to go to a baseball game, but they are calling for, I mean, the game starts in a half an hour. They're calling still for just major rain all night long, so we decided not to go because we figured by the time we'd get there, then it would end up getting canceled. So we're doing something very easy. I had a package of bacon thawed, and so I put that into the oven, 350 degrees on some foil. Just gonna bake that until it's done, and we're going to do scrambled eggs. And then I have toast, I have some croissants, we have some blackberry jam that we just made last week, and that is going to be our supper tonight. Very simple for this almost rainy night. So we have 11 chickens that we got new this year, and we have 5 that are old. And the old ones are not laying as many eggs. I think this one right here is probably from one of our older chickens, but now we think that these are from the brown comets. These are the cutest, roundest little eggs. Just so absolutely cute. And then we have leghorns as well as some amberlinks. And the leghorns lay a white egg, and the amberlinks are supposed to lay an egg that's got a little bit of tan on it. And when I look at this egg, this one looks like it's got a little bit of a tannish kind of dots on it. So I'm thinking that might be from one of the amberlinks. Oh, and this one also here is from one of our older chickens. I can't remember which one it is, but it lays this very like elongated egg. Okay, let's get all these cracked into here and make some scrambled eggs. Ooh, these are some
hard shells.
Hard shells.
Oh boy. Yeah.
And a big.
It's one from the old girls.
We were gonna go.
Brown that is.
Yeah.
Look how golden brown it is.
Good morning. For Tuesday here, we are going to be having a beef roast. This is a beef chuck roast. Not real big here, but it should work for a meal with a tiny bit of leftovers maybe. I just put it in my crock pot here. I'm going to put this on low. I heavily peppered it. And now I am going to smear over some of this seasoned roasted beef. Better than bouillon. Not all of that. I'm not going to use all of it, but I'm going to smear over a good amount. And then, Maria...
Can I pour it?
Yes, open that up. Maria got a can of cream of mushroom soup, and she is going to open that, and then we will pour that over as well. Smear this on.
There's horse riding in the Olympics?
Yep, equestrian.
Oh, it's like jumping and stuff.
This if you want. And just dump it out.
Ew.
Kind of smear it a little bit.
Looks like, you know, cranberry sauce
Yeah.
when it's out of a can. Look at it. Ew. That's weird.
Okay, let's try to spread it a little bit.
I am.
Try to get it up over the top of the roast. There you go. I also am going to add in a bunch of minced onion.
Minced onion? Ew, that's a lot of minced onion.
Actually, all of it, which is probably 1.5, maybe, yeah, about 1.5 tablespoons. Okay, that's good, honey. Let's get the cover on.
What else do I need to pour?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So I just turned this to low, and we're gonna let that go until it's time for supper. It's about 9:20 right now, and since it's a beef roast, it doesn't need to go quite as long as a venison roast.
I could look it up before I go outside, then I could get some more ideas to write down outside.
No, not right now, honey. These are some of the red potatoes that I picked up at the Amish farm yesterday, and so I'm just going to put these in here, and I'm going to put these in the microwave. And they're just going to have to go in the microwave for, I don't even know how long. They'll probably go in the microwave for about 20 minutes. So here's how the potatoes turned out. I had them in the microwave with a little bit of water, then I drained out that water, and I just added all of these seasonings. Salt, parsley, garlic powder, and pepper, and plenty of butter, and I've just been stirring it around. I'm going to put the lid back on there so it all stays hot, and yeah, that is going to go along with the roast, and I also brought up canned green beans.
But then there were some other guys with some Cummins that those trucks were pretty rowdy too. But then I got and it kept throwing
You having a hard time?
Come on, too slippery.
There you go.
lifter. No, a limp code. And
You can take more than that.
Build no boost then and everything. And found out he had a boost leak off his turbo.
There you go.
And
I completely forgot to film last night's supper, which actually turned out to just be some leftover pizza for Maria. She wanted cold pizza. It was just Maria and me. And then I actually had some tortilla chips with some melted cheese. We just melted it in the microwave, and that was what we ate. A glass of water. She made some chocolate milk, and it was just a really low-key night. Tonight for supper, though, I do have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs here. This was a family pack. I think there's 11 of them in here, if I'm not mistaken. And I am going to season them with this butter garlic seasoning. And pretty heavy. I guess the ones underneath are going to need some too. I'm also going to heavily pepper them. And we're going to do these on the Blackstone tonight. And when they're just about done, I'm going to smear them with some barbecue sauce as well. I also have a head of broccoli, a head of cauliflower, and I am going to get this chopped up pretty small. I'm going to get this chopped up pretty small, and we're going to do this on the Blackstone as well. So what I'll do is put down some oil and then I'll take a lid and I will just put this on the Blackstone, put the lid on it. It'll sort of steam a little bit. I can take out a cup of water and I can kind of pour some water and then put the lid on, and that will steam it as well, while it also kind of like roasts it. Gets some color to it too. So I've done that before with Brussels sprouts. I thought they were phenomenal that way. I'd like to do broccoli sometime. I just haven't done it yet, but I have this cauliflower and we're gonna do that tonight. Sam may be here for supper, so he would be the other one that would like cauliflower. Otherwise, pretty much it's just me, which is fine because then I have all of the leftovers for tomorrow lunch. Ooh. I'm going to break this up, but then I'm also going to cut it smaller as well because I want the pieces to be small enough so that they actually cook through. And you kind of want them still kind of crisp tender, I guess, is that the term for it. You don't want them mushy, but I don't want them to be undercooked either. I also brought up a can of, or a jar of applesauce, so we're going to do that for supper. And like a can of pork and beans or something. I hear a big rumble outside. I don't know what that would be though. It's a beautiful day. It's like 78 degrees. That's in the shade over here on the north side, but I was just out taking the garbage out a little bit ago and it is absolutely beautiful. I also have one more loaf of this $1 off Italian bread that I picked up at Aldi. These I think are pretty expensive. They're $3.79 for a loaf, but when they have the $1 off coupons for $2.79, I feel like that is a decent price. You just put this in the oven at 375 degrees for 10 minutes, just right on the oven rack, and it comes out wonderfully, just chewy in the middle, crunchy on the outside. Our family of 6 can basically polish this off. Actually, it'd be 5 because I don't normally have it. We usually have one piece left at the end, and then someone makes that for as toast for breakfast in the morning. All right, no pork and beans. So I have some of these red potatoes I picked up from the Amish farm the other day, and 2 nights ago I made these along with a beef roast. I just put them in the microwave for 20 minutes, I think 22 minutes. And then I added butter and garlic and parsley at the end, salt and pepper, and everybody really liked that, and so I figure I'll just do that again. I just got to get these washed up quick. We are kind of in a time crunch here tonight. We want to be out the door by 5:30, and it's 4:15 right now, so just kind of, we should be able to do it. No, not 5:30. I'm sorry. We want to be out of the door by 5. Oh boy, this is going to get tight. I am currently filming a day in the life video where I am working on a chicken vegetable canning project. If you want to, and this is the meal that we're eating that particular day. So if you want to see more of what is going on the day that I'm making this meal and see why we're trying to get out the door tonight, you can go check that video out. It probably, well, I guess I shouldn't say go check it out because this video actually may come out before that one. So in that case, just stay tuned for that canning video, and then you can see what we were trying to get out the door for tonight. All right, so Maria, we've got Maria Cam here today. Here's what we've got going. We have, are you focused on me or the food? Both. All right, so I have the chicken thighs here. I flipped them a couple times. Now I'm putting on the barbecue sauce. And underneath here, I have the cauliflower that's kind of like roasting here. I've been adding a little bit of oil and a little bit of water back and forth, putting the lid on it. That looks really good. I think that's it, Maria.
Yeah?
I think that's it. I am going to flip this over and put a little bit more barbecue sauce on. And we're going to turn this heat down now on both of these. I almost always cook on high on here. Ooh. Right, Peter just took the bread out of the oven. We left it in there with the oven turned off just so that it could stay hot here. Here are the potatoes. I just added about 2 tablespoons of butter. I drained the water off first. Some butter, some garlic powder, just like I did the other night. Salt, pepper, and a little bit of parsley. Here is the cauliflower. This is just salt and pepper. And then we have all of the chicken under here. And Maria's getting us some little bowls for applesauce. And that is going to be supper here tonight. This afternoon, I wanted to share with you guys a recipe for black magic cake. This recipe is in cookbook number 1. There it is if you'd like to screenshot it. Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
It looks like someone needs to help you take care of your fingernails a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that something Mom's supposed to help you with?
Wait. Hold on a second. Like, come on. Yeah, like cheeseburgers, like food, and like factors over here. And number 1 is.
Okay, bye, hon. All right, so I have 2 cups of sugar and 1 3/4 cup of flour and 3/4 cup of cocoa. I'm gonna put in 2 teaspoons of baking soda. This recipe here was always one of Emily's favorites. A lot of times at the end of the school year, she would actually make a black magic cake and frost it up and put right on it like school's out or something like that. Yeah, another year she made this for Amber for her birthday. Yeah, this was just always one of her favorites. Super easy, and what spurred this on for me is that we had leftover coffee. This is a teaspoon of baking powder. We had leftover coffee, and so rather than dump it, I just saved it because this takes a cup of strong brewed coffee. Well, we always hit the strong brew button on our coffee pot, so this is perfect. A teaspoon of salt. At this point, I am going to just mix that up like that. All right, everything came together nicely there. Now I have to add in 2 eggs. Ooh, that one is gonna crack. I better do that in here so I don't end up with a shell. Oh, it didn't end up shelling anyway. 1 egg. Our young chickens are starting to lay, which has been nice. So we right now, we're still not, oh, that is a tough shell. Woo! We're still not getting a ton of eggs. I keep thinking that we should get to a point where we're getting 6 to 8 eggs a day. And right now we are getting about 4 to 5. Our old hens, they just keep getting older and are not really laying all that often. Thank you, Joe. Just set it over here on the counter for me. I'm making buttermilk by adding a tablespoon.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Ow.
A tablespoon of lemon juice. I'm going to fill this up. I need a little bit more milk than that. I always give it about a minute or 30 seconds to a minute. And it thickens up. And then you have what I call buttermilk or sour milk. We're going to do some oil here. I'm also going to get the oven turned on to 350 degrees.
Going through our roof.
All right, let's add in that sour milk. See how it was kind of gloppy? And because I want all of it, I'm going to scrape it because some of the thickened parts like to stick to the measuring cup. We need to put in the 1 cup of coffee. So we did the eggs and the coffee and the buttermilk and the oil. We need a teaspoon of vanilla, and that is the end. I have not been doing very much baking lately. A lot of canning, preserving, that kind of thing lately. Once early on, I like to scrape it just to be sure everything's getting up from the bottom. Then I'm going to turn this to medium and let it mix for 2 minutes. It's going to be a very thin batter, but so good. Everybody loves this cake. You can put frosting on it. You can just sprinkle it with powdered sugar. Alrighty. A lot. I'm out of baking spray, the kind that has like the flour in it. I bought it, I think only once or twice from Aldi. I really liked it. And then they weren't having it anymore. I mean, I know I could get it at Walmart. I just kind of forget when I'm there. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour in there. Kind of bang it around. I'm going to pour this in. Scrape the bowl very well. This is going to go in the oven, I think it's an hour. Oh no, 45 to 50 minutes. The cake will kind of start to pull away from the side of the bundt pan. Now you can do this as cupcakes. You're going to have to bake it a lot less, you know, like maybe 15 minutes or so probably. You can do this as a 9 by 13. You can put this in a jelly roll pan, really whatever you want. You could do it, you know, a couple of 8-inch layer cakes. I like to do it in a bundt pan. It comes out, it looks pretty. You can sprinkle it with some powdered sugar, which is what I often do, unless we're using it as a birthday cake, then we'll put some frosting on. But or you can just put like a little glaze, drizzle, a ganache. Yeah, lots and lots of options. It's so versatile. I'm gonna get this in. Well, not yet. Not yet. It's not preheated. I should have preheated earlier. I can put things away though, and I can get things cleaned up here. That's what I can do. There we go. 45 minutes was just right for the cake. Oh, look at that. All right, what I will do is let this cool for 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'll kind of give it a little shake and see if it's coming away from the sides nicely, and turn it over to remove it from the pan and let it cool completely before powder sugaring it. Oh, I feel like this is going to stick. I just have that feeling. Is it? It's really not that hot. Okay. It has that feeling like it's sticking. Oh my goodness. Wow, look at that, it did not. Okay, beautiful. All right, that actually ended up turning out a lot better than I thought. And I got the flour just right. Sometimes if you get a little too much flour, you get kind of like those white spots on it, kind of like right there. I know a lot of people have given me the pointer, and I've read it in so many magazines, cooking magazines and things like that, where if it's a chocolate cake, you know, dust your pan with cocoa powder. What else have I seen? Oh, dust it with powdered sugar. That was one I just read, or maybe I read it in the comments here or someplace recently. And I don't know. I just always reach for the flour. And I guess it worked this time really well. All right, we're going to let this cool, and then we'll sprinkle a little powdered sugar on it. Tonight for supper, I'm putting in a freezer meal. This is chicken tetrazzini. I had saran wrap over it as well as foil. I took the saran wrap off. I'm foiling it. I'm going to put it in at 300 degrees right now. It's only 3 o'clock. I want it to have plenty of time to bake. It's not frozen anymore, but it is very, very cold. So I'm going to put it in at 300 probably for an hour, and then I'll probably bump it up to 350 and maybe put it in at 350 for maybe another hour. It's hard to say, you guys. I know it says 350, 35 minutes, but I've found that the freezer meals always take longer than you think. And Parmesan cheese.
It's yum, yum, yum. All the way.
I had this in at 300 degrees for 1 hour covered with foil, and then another 45 minutes at 350 uncovered. And then we're just going to have this along with some pears, canned pears tonight, and that's going to be a quick supper here for this Friday night. And cutting the cake. Wow.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry. You want a little chicken tetrazzini with that cake?
Yeah.
Yeah? If you kind of cut it a little bit, Joe, that works. Kind of go like that, Joe, and then it kind of cuts it. There you go. Whoa, where's your plate? There it is.
Oh, yeah.
No, thank you.